As you can see as well, our Darsha Phillips is live on scene with more. Darsha, what do you know about the evacuation there?
Yeah, Colleen, what we know is that hazmat is here on scene, and they have evacuated buildings and neighborhoods within a half-mile of every direction of this chemical release. And that's why we're being held so far back. I'm going to show you what we are seeing over our shoulder here. We are outside of the evacuation zone, but you can see what appears to be water being poured on the vat, that storage vat that released the chemical. Again, this did happen at a business on the 12,000 block of Western. That business manufactures acrylic plastics for the aerospace industry, and around 34,000 gallons of a chemical called methyl methacrylic was released. It is a highly flammable and reactive chemical, and it can be explosive if exposed to heat, light, or air. That is why there is such a large evacuation zone, and officials are doing everything they can to keep the chemical cool.
The problem with this chemical is it is a possible flammable liquid, and it does have exothermic properties. Right now, the sprinklers that are a safety feature of the business are actually cooling down the chemical. We may be adding in additional water streams to continue cooling down the material.
Now, according to OCFA, the temperature of the chemical is not rising right now, and they're going to keep checking the temperature to make sure it stays that way. And evacuations are from Garden Grove to Orangewood to Western, again, a half-mile in each direction of where this chemical was released. They are taking this very seriously. OCFA says that they have such a large evacuation zone because they want to take every precaution, and as they continue to monitor the situation, they will start to make that evacuation zone smaller and smaller until they can make sure that this stuff is not as flammable or explosive. That is definitely the concern. We're going to have much more on this coming up at 11. For now, Colleen, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Darsha, thank you. We're going to go back up to News Chopper 4. We've reestablished the signal there. Eliana, as you look at this, is this the sprinkler system that you're talking about? This is not the leak, correct?
That is correct, Colleen. So if you look at the tubing there that surrounds the tank, that is some sort of sprinkler system that is likely some sort of safety mechanism surrounding these tanks in case a situation like this were to happen. But there is an actual leak of the tank itself. So difficult to see exactly where that leak may be. There appears to be 3 different tanks here, and it's one of them that is the one that is leaking, not all 3. And it's a 34,000-gallon tank, so that is huge considering that this is a highly flammable liquid. Of course, it is used for some sort of aerospace technology here that is a part of this company here in Garden Grove, and unfortunately with that leak, it is creating a dangerous situation here for residents. Again, evacuations in the area. Colleen?
Eliana, before you go, give us an idea of how close the closest neighborhood that's being evacuated is to all of this.
Yeah, let me widen out, Colleen, so I can give you a better picture here. So this is a commercial area for the most part where this leak is located. You see all of these commercial buildings here. But if I just hop over, this is going to be hopping over Western over to the east. That is where we have the nearest residential neighborhood. So this is going to be Garden Grove. We're also right on the border with Stanton. So some residents of Stanton may also be impacted by this leak. But again, right on the border of Garden Grove and Stanton. Colleen?
All right, Eliana reporting for us live from News Chopper 4. Once again, we're going to keep a very close eye on the situation there. Several neighborhoods evacuated in Garden Grove, perhaps Stanton as well. This is a highly flammable leak, and we'll keep an eye on the situation. We'll have more as it becomes available, and definitely more tonight at 11.